I know. Oh, God. Yeah, because everything's running pretty darn smoothly on my end. Okay. All right, I'm still not seeing anyone join up with me. Nope. That link does not work. Okay. All right, because I'm in the one that I'm using. All right. All right. A new paste this link that Google's telling me to do. All right, everyone. So the rundown is how is Iris still here or is she gone on mute? Okay, because I was okay. Are you what? So what do you guys want to talk about? Have you guys thought like? So usually, well, let me guess how we usually do it. We usually do it where everyone gets 10 to 15 minutes to talk about something that a category that they really enjoy talking about. So in technical issues, someone might have talked about security and IT for 10 minutes. The next person might have talked about wireless for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And then I was collecting questions and answers the entire time. And then we just looped back around. So I don't know if you guys want to start talking about like someone wants to start talking about building a community at first, like what's it like to run a new community, and then the other person wants to talk about what's it like running a community after it's been established for 2 years. How do you kind of keep that momentum going, that stuff fresh? Stuff that doesn't work. We do not. Okay, I would like for one person to start about the beginning part of creating a community.
Yeah, I think that is. I am really happy to talk about that. to talk about sort of having a community
Oh.
that you then move into a building, or
I'm hearing Iris through the computer.
Yeah, I'm on. Can you see me?
Oh, I'm hearing you through my phone and the computer right now. So obviously something's working. I can see you.
Yeah.
Did you just click on the link? Did you just click on the link that I sent out through the email?
Let me see where I clicked on something. Yeah, so I clicked on an email that came in at 2:58 p.m. to Iris, me, or to Jenny, Iris, and David.
All right, everyone, go to your email inbox. We might have broken through the wall.
Actually, I think it was on this thread.
Jenny just joined. Jenny just joined.
Yay! And Craig, by the way, this looked completely different than the other link you sent out. When I opened this, it took me to the Hangouts on Air or Hangouts, like a typical Hangouts window, whereas the other one was on. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm closing out on this. I'm hanging up, everyone.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jenny.
Yes.
Yay! We made it.
Okay.
Hey, guys, I don't mean to. We have a congratulations. David says hello. I think we can hear him, but he's texting. I have to jump off this call in just a few minutes since we're running way late. What I will do is I will set up the Hangout 15 minutes before tomorrow, and I will invite everyone through an email link, just how I did this time.
The same kind of link?
The same kind of link.
Okay.
Iris, if you can send me the I'm going to just kind of do my normal intro, start recording, and then get the handoff to everyone, and then I'm going to be looking at the Q&A tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
So Jenny and David and I will talk now so that we can have a good conversation tomorrow. Okay? We'll let you go, but Craig, don't close your computer.
Okay. All right. I'm jumping on a Skype call, so I don't want to. Oh. I'm going to take off my. I'm going to mute me and.
Okay. Bye, Craig. All right, and you guys, we can jump on a phone call if that works better for both of you as well. Can you hear us, David? Yeah, David can hear us. Can you talk, David? Got it. Okay, great. Just a crowded coffee shop. I can text. Okay, so so you guys are both experts at creating community. And
Craig just muted you. I can't hear you, Iris.
Can you hear me now? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Let's find Little Bear. And then we'll plug Little Bear.
Okay, I can hear you again.
Awesome. Okay. Which one do you want? You choose.
It's Mommy.
Okay, this one. Now just make sure you go back and you plug it in, okay?
That one.
Okay, can you guys hear me again? Great. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
So,
Can you
sorry,
hear me?
guys. Yeah, we can hear you great, Jenny.
Okay.
I do apologize. It's I usually stay home with my son on Mondays, and this is why, because trying to work with him is always a challenge. Okay, so you guys are both experts in community, and so what I would love to see, what I would love for people to get out of this conversation is how important community is overall for the business of co-working. And I think that there's probably some questions out there about the business of co-working and whether or not it needs community. And my assumption is that you guys, both of you would agree with me that to have a thriving co-working business, you need to have a thriving community as well. And so
Agreed.
I'm sort of happy to talk about any form of community. I'm also really happy and excited to talk about community from the community manager, training a community manager perspective, and sort of from the best practices of community management from the staffing perspective. Or I can talk about what Craig asked about, which is building community from the beginning. So, creating community from scratch. And
I like both of those concepts.
Okay.
I like, so I think that's awesome. Do you want me to talk about what I could add to that, or?
Yeah, or just, what David just wrote, I think you should talk about what you're most passionate about. And I agree. I think we should all talk about what we're most passionate about. I like that.
Okay. So I can definitely add to the community piece, and I think that's a really great discussion point. And also, we just finished our crowdfunding campaign, so I could easily talk about different funding ideas and how to structure it. Trying to think what else. Community is something that I think I can intertwine and just jump into your conversation if you lead it, Iris. And then I think what I often like to think about is marketing, how to market your co-working space, and then also how to find different revenue streams, or different revenue streams that we've come about finding. Ouch.
Jenny,
sorry, I'm walking, so.
That's okay. Jenny, I think one thing that would be great would be to hear less about the fundraising itself, but more about how you leveraged your community, your local community and your global community to fund your space, to open your space as a crowd-funded space.
Yeah.
Because this discussion is about community, I'd like to keep, I think marketing is a whole other topic, and because we only have 30 minutes, I want to make sure that we really get into the meat of the community aspect.
Okay.
But I think marketing is a good one, and also funding revenue streams is a good topic for us to do another time. So one of the things that I find really unique about you, Jenny, and or that I find fascinating about you and about your story there in Phoenix is that you have built a space and a community that is has a direct economic impact on your city. And not only do we know that because we're co-working people, but your city people know that, and perhaps even your business chamber of commerce, and you've won awards to that effect. So I wonder, along with sort of crowdfunding, leveraging community to get the funding to open a new space, I wonder if you would be interested in talking about, how community helped to shape economic development, how the co-working community helped to shape economic development in your city.
Yeah, that's a great one. And also how to expand that community. Because I think co-working in general has always been seen towards just the business community. But in our space, we've expanded it to youth, to specifically women and minorities, to nonprofits.
Okay. And how does that, so how would you tie that in, or do you want to talk a little bit about that just right now, about how you would tie that into this conversation?
I think it would be about how we typically think of co-working communities being just business communities, but there are different communities that actually support the business community. Wait, can I show you something real quick?
Yeah.
Look, that's our building!
Yay! Congratulations.
Thanks. Today is our first official day open. So
wow.
I'm just walking back from a meeting that I had. So I think we've been traditionally thinking of community as just business communities. And so now we've expanded that to be much bigger and thinking about community as generally just anyone that benefits from a stronger economic or economy in our local environment. And that also means, in our state, nonprofits make up almost a third of the economic impact here. That includes training the youth moving forward to think of entrepreneurship as a potential market or future for them. The more people that start building companies and creating jobs builds a stronger economy for us all. So that's part of it. And by doing that, it's crazy, with our crowdfund, we've had a ton of people come out and support, and I really thought it would be majority members and people that have come to an event or two. But there's a ton of people that just know what we're doing, the story we're telling, and contributed at that level. So it goes much bigger than just the people that we help within our space. Our community as a whole is everyone that can benefit from just having a better economy here.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you have grown, you've extended your community outside the reach of your space's walls, both through what you've done around training and also and economic development, and also, or I guess maybe it shows, or the sort of the way that you can see that you've extended that community is that people have decided to support you financially that you wouldn't have necessarily assumed financial support from. Great. David, what feels like something that you would want to talk about?
Sorry.
Did we lose you for a minute, Jenny?
Yeah, sorry. I think I got pushed onto our Wi-Fi network, and then I lost connection.
Okay. So David says, for my part, I could talk about why does community work? I can talk about trust, respect, and camaraderie. Okay. I like that. Yeah, I love the fact that you're tying it into, and that was sort of...
I'm on a call right now.
David, when we were looking at, we originally had a different webinar scheduled for this month, and I felt like having a pre-juicy webinar about community would be a much more effective thing for us to do right now, leading into the conference coming up. So I love tying it into the conversation that we're going to have at Juicy, and that I know there will be many conversations about this at Juicy. So, and David, another thing that we could talk about is community in a workplace. I think of a workplace as a community, regardless of whether it's a co-working community or a typical sort of company. It's still a community. There's still people there working together towards a common goal. And so, being able to bring more community into the workplace, co-working spaces offer that, shared workspaces offer that, and at the same time, we have much to share with the corporate world, as you know. So maybe tying that in as well. Yeah. And maybe it's about how community helps you to work better, work smarter, because when you're able to share ideas, you are able to have more. Yeah, how community helps you work smarter. Yeah, good. I like that. Okay, so Jenny.
Yes.
You are going to, I'm just going to write this up and I'll share it with you guys. And David, I did get your note to share that other document with you at a different email address, so I'll do that. So Jenny, you're going to talk about community as economic development force.
Okay.
And fundraising, community outreach, and would you call that extending your workspace community?
Yeah.
And also, co-working is about more than work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And David is going to talk about bringing more community into the workplace. Community helps you work smarter. Right here. Why does community work?
Hey, Sandy. Oh, hey there. I'm at Spider House. I'm on a webinar call right now. Is everything all right?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think this is good, you guys.
Well,
Does anybody have any
be at least a half hour
questions?
before I call, but I think this call will be over shortly. But I need to get back in on it right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Any last thoughts that you guys want to discuss together before we jump on the call together tomorrow?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
If I have anything, I'll shoot you an email.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Awesome.
Great.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys
Thanks,
tomorrow then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.